Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Blank Drawings podcast. It's been a while. It's been a while. Life has been lifing, as you can probably expect. But I just wanted to hop on and talk about something that I've noticed, something that I've experienced this year. And first of all, I'd like to actually thank everybody who's taken the time out to listen to the imperfect, unpolished, sometimes not very well recorded episodes that have come through in the past. Sometimes there's waffling and such, but I do appreciate you taking the time out to listen, and I sincerely hope that every single one of these episodes actually does help someone, because that is what I set out to do with this entire podcast venture slash endeavor. I just want people to understand that they're not alone in terms of what they're going through, especially in the creative realm, in the creative space. Most of us being introverts, it's very difficult to voice out and air out your opinions or your feelings in a way that is still going to be professional and such. So this is supposed to be a space for us to all be able to speak about what we actually go through and how best we can resolve some of the shared issues that we have, because you know what they say, a problem shared is a problem solved, or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about is who you are within the creative realm, and is there space for you? I remember speaking to this young creative, and he was essentially saying that he is intimidated by the fact that there are so many people within the creative realm now. There's so many people that are doing photography, so many people that are doing graphic design, so many people that are doing video production, cinematography, you name it. So, where is my space? Well, the truth of the matter is that you have to carve out space for yourself. There's quite literally no one who's going to be standing with a huge placard saying, hey, here's your space. You have to create it for yourself, ultimately. And it's not always easy to do so. There's so many different ways in which people compete in the market. Some people niche down, some people are generalists. We've had this conversation before about niching down or being a generalist. Some people will compete on price, and some people will compete on quality. Now, I'm not trying to put anyone down, no matter which aspect that you choose to fight for your space, because for some people, they like to be volume creators. They create a lot, and so as a consequence, they will sell a lot. Whereas there's some that prefer to sell little for a lot, which also makes sense. You know, each their to their own. And some people will be wanting to sell based on quality. Don't worry, there's no bomb going off. That's just something in the oven there. But anyway, moving on. Some people will want to tell you that you're too expensive, or some people will tell you that your numbers aren't realistic. Some people will tell you that your dreams are not realistic. You know, some people will tell you that diamonds are created under pressure, but I always rebut that and say we ain't on the ground. But hey, I would say that when it comes to things like fighting on price, the people that want to work with you are there. The people who you are looking for are out there. But you do have to put you out there for them to see you. There are people that want your unique qualities. I remember being on LinkedIn just recently. Shout out to LinkedIn if you want to sponsor a video. Anyway, I was on LinkedIn recently, and I saw this Christo post. For those of you that haven't followed Christo, I strongly advise that you do, as any kind of creative, really. He's got some serious gems of knowledge there across all platforms, really, be it LinkedIn, YouTube, X, Twitter, whatever we're choosing to call it now. He's got quite a lot of really good content that will really help you in your creative journey, and even just choosing which road to take as a creative. I went on a bit of a tangent there. I tend to do that every now and again. But yeah, what I was saying was that when it comes to carving out that space, when it comes to setting yourself aside from all the others, if you're fighting on price, the people that want to work with you for that price range are there. The people that want to work with you because of your quality are there. And what Chris Do said is, which I was alluding to earlier, is that it's not about your techniques, it's not about your pricing, it's not about how much volume you create. It's not even necessarily about how potentially reliable you could be. The secret sauce, so to speak, is you. You are the person that sets you aside from everybody else. There is no other you. A wise person once told me that we can repair metal, but we can repair metal, we can replace metal and all these other things, but we can't replace you as a human being. You are one of one. And in that particular creative space that we are in right now, what you do, what is unique to you, is you. That's what sets you apart. That's what's going to get you to a situation whereby you actually have space that's set aside for you in the creative realm, because you create that space for yourself. You share what you can do. You share your techniques. You know, you share your opinions, your feelings, and such. People will resonate. You know, people always talk about having a tribe, a crowd. I named my own company after that because that was something that just resonated with me so much, knowing full and well that you want to have people that are of not exactly the same, but at least similar thinking. You know, obviously, you need some diversity in your organization, in your studio, and such. People that think outside of the box and people that are comfortable within the box. You know, it's all about just being complementary. Another tangent there. Now going on to what do clients actually look for? Some clients, as I said before, they look for someone who's reliable because they've had some bad experiences in the past with people that aren't reliable. And then some people look for just good quality work. It's harder to find than you might think. Some people want someone who will be communicative. Like the work might not even be the quality that it's not like out of this world or anything like that, but the fact that you are reliable and you communicate, that's maybe something that they'll be looking for. But the thing is, each and every one of these qualities are not the same in everybody. What looks like communication to you may not be communication to the next one. What is reliability to one person is not reliability to the next person. You know? That's the reason why I reiterate again and again that the secret sauce is you. You are the unique reason why you have the clients that you do. You are the reason why people want to work with you. You know, you have to, at the end of the day, be able to recognize what it is that sets you apart. And that is, as I said, you. Now, don't get me wrong and think that I'm saying that you should be unreliable, you should be not communicative, you should be untrustworthy. Not sure if that's a word. You should be untrustworthy, and people will still want to work with you. Of course, all these other things are very important. There's some of those relatively soft skills that not a lot of people do have. Just being able to reliably communicate, your word having weight behind it. You know, once you say that you're gonna do something, you're gonna actually do it. Once you say you're going to deliver something at a specific time, then you actually do deliver that on time. These are important things. So I'm not trying to communicate the fact that those things aren't important, but I'm just saying that they're important to your clients specifically when they're coming from you. Now, we need to understand that in the creative realm, clients will come and go, but the ones that stay for the longest are the ones that appreciate your ability to deliver your product, specifically yours, because they appreciate what you can do for them. They appreciate the problem that you can solve for them. I think as creatives in general, we need to stop looking at ourselves as people that create. If you're a writer, you need to stop looking at yourself as someone who just puts words together. If you're an artist, if you're a painter, for example, you need to stop looking at yourself as someone who just paints pretty pictures. As a photographer, you need to stop looking at yourself as someone who is taking pictures, taking nice pictures. What you are doing as a photographer, for example, is you are a literal time capsule. Time capsule. Not sure about the pronunciation on that one. But anyway, you are literally someone who is freezing moments in time. Now, how can you possibly look down upon yourself when you are someone who has the capacity to do that? When you are a graphic designer, you're literally someone who can bring an idea, an intangible idea, to fruition to become something that is tactile, something that can not only touch lives, but can affect the way that people look at the world. How can you possibly look down upon that? Like, how? You have the capacity to mold mindsets, essentially, as an artist, as a creative. I know most of the time I speak to the visual artists and such, but there's musicians, creatives, most certainly creatives. You have the capacity to change someone's mood. I remember being on Twitter just the other day, ex Twitter, gosh, and someone said that I hope J. Cole realizes that his music saved me from depression, something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, but that just goes to show you the impact that what you do and what you create has on other people. It might seem like it's not that much, but it really is, because people relate to what you create and what you do. So how can you possibly ever look at yourself and say, no, I'm not solving a problem. I'm just doing this because I have to. You are solving problems for people, real problems for people. You can be a visual problem solver. You can be a musical problem solver. You can be an artist in so many different ways, shapes, and forms. You can do so much with what you have within you, to the extent that you have absolutely no right to be looking down upon yourself and considering yourself as less than. And that's something that I've seen a lot of, and I've experienced myself when it comes to being in the creative industry, especially if the environment doesn't exactly reward creativity as much, or at least the majority of the environment doesn't reward creativity as much. That doesn't mean that there aren't people that do. You have to be the one who finds your tribe, but you do have to put yourself out there. So if you aren't putting yourself out there within this past year, perhaps in the new one, you have to put yourself out there. And I sincerely hope that this is something that resonates with everybody who's listening to this, because that secret sauce is you. And you have to walk around knowing full and well that it is you. And then there is something that some clients, some people that you may work with, or some people that you may come across in life, whatever the situation may be, they will always be of the perspective that if I don't lowball my offer, I won't get the job. Whilst sometimes you do have to just keep the lights on and such, My perspective has always been that the people that want to work with you will do everything within their power to work with you. They will want to work with you. Of course, again, like I said, you do have to have these soft skills, the communication, the reliability, and such. It's important. But I'm saying the people that want to work with you will work with you. That's just about everything that I wanted to communicate today. It was really impromptu. That's the reason why, like, it was just bouncing from left to right, in and out. I've run out of, are those metaphors? Do you call them metaphors? I think they're called metaphors. Anyway, I hope for the very best for whoever is listening to this. And I sincerely hope it helps, and I hope that going into the new year, that you do realize that the reason why people come to the show, people call you back, people ask for you specifically, is because of you. And you have the specific tools and the specific energy and the specific skills that clients need. So you will carve out your space if you haven't already. And if you've already carved out that space, keep carving. And just make a great sculpture out of it. That was a pretty decent metaphor, has to be said. Anyway, do take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. I'll talk to you next time on the Blank Drawings podcast. Take care.